Welcome, YouTube. Welcome, everybody, to my vlog or another episode of Scroll Sessions, whatever you want to call it. We don't know what it is right now. I'm driving, trying not to veer into oncoming traffic. We're just having a great afternoon here in California. It's awesome. This is fun. I don't know what I'm doing. Just a random casual episode, a casual live stream. It's my first real live stream, I think. First proper live stream. I noticed that YouTube changed some of the rules, and now they allow mobile streaming from people with less than 1,000 subscribers. That's pretty cool. So now that I know that, I'll probably be live streaming more and forcing myself to do this more often. So hopefully that goes well. Anyways, this is Scroll Sessions. My name's Mark, and I'll tell you a little history about this channel. And I was on a roll. I was taking notes. I was making content constantly. I was just like forcing myself to do like 2 or 3 shows a week. I was building momentum. I was having a lot of fun, and then I just kind of stopped doing it. I got discouraged somehow, or I don't know what happened, but I stopped doing it. And then I came back and I would try to do it again. And I was never consistent enough with it to build any kind of momentum. So now I want to change that, see what happens, and just unload my mind onto this channel, onto this live stream for whoever's watching or whoever watches it later on. Thank you for watching. Hello. Hi, how you doing? We're in a beautiful California here. I don't know if you can see the scenery. It looks like Fallout 3 if you're a video gamer. If you're a film buff, it looks like Mad Max. I forgot what Mad Max Part 2 is called. I think it's called Road Warrior. It looks like Mad Max Road Warrior. In other words, it looks like complete shit. Look at this place. The fucking oil fields have destroyed our world. Look at this. But at least it's providing jobs, and people are able to feed their families. It provides dividends from the stocks that you hold, the oil stocks. So I'm all for all of that stuff. I am all the way capitalist, but I'm also I care about the environment. I care about. I mean, look at this. The way this shit looks. It looks terrible. I care about the way things look. I care about our planet being taken care of. That's probably from a little bit of Native American blood I have. So I'm tied to the earth in some ways, and I would love to be tied to the earth more. I would love to go back to natural ways of living so that, I can not be unhealthy. And so that I can connect with the real way to live as a human being, right? But for now, it's going to have to be the dividends collected from the oil field, right? It's going to have to be, this oil has to be produced. And I don't know much about it, but I know that it's something that we really need in this country, and to power our vehicles, to make products, right? So I guess this right here is necessary. This shitty environment is necessary. Now, if I want a greener environment, a nicer environment, I'll go drive through the vineyards, right? We have some vineyards coming up. I'm probably going to turn before I get to them. Maybe we'll explore the vineyards some other time. But I wanted to talk about something very important. It's about what we ate this afternoon for lunch. We ate spaghetti, homemade spaghetti by Kathleen. And Kathleen is operating the camera right now, and she's also the love of my life. And she made this spaghetti, and it was great. And the noodles, excuse me, the noodles she used were Golden Grain, that was the brand name, it's called Golden Grain Thin Spaghetti Noodles, just out of one of those rectangular boxes that you've seen before. I'm sure you all know what I'm talking about. And you boil those, you put a pot of boiling water, you boil it 8 to 9 minutes, and then you throw the noodles in. And it's really easy to make spaghetti. I never realized how easy it was because my mom would always make spaghetti for me, right? And I've learned how to cook other things, but for whatever reason, I never learned how to make spaghetti. And Kathleen showed me today that it's very easy to make spaghetti, that you should put into everything that you make for yourself. And I'm an advocate of eating at home more, making your own food at home because of the health benefits. Also, the fast food's getting more terrible as we go along. The quality of the food is getting less and less, and not only that, it's becoming more expensive. And I love fast food. I was raised on fast food. It's great. It's not the healthiest for you, and then you don't really feel good when you're going to purchase this. It gets you out of the house. That's a good thing. You might, buddy, you communicate with somebody in the restaurant or through the drive-through. In my case, because I don't like going inside anywhere at all. I don't like going into any place whatsoever. So I'll go through the drive-through. You get a little bit of human contact. There's still some good involved in going to get fast food. But I don't know if you guys have noticed, but fast food, the quality of it is declining while simultaneously the prices are going up. This is no good. So a way to fix that, a way to feel good about yourself, is to make the food yourself. Find out how to make it. When Taco Bell, a few months ago, Taco Bell brought back the Mexican pizza. Earlier this year, they brought back the Mexican pizza, and then they ran out of supplies, or they I guess they didn't. It was supposed to be a limited item. Okay, Mexican pizza was supposed to be limited edition, and it was one of those menu items that they're gonna pull off in a few months. So they didn't plan for it, so they didn't have enough supplies to supply the demand for the Mexican pizza, because people love that. People love that item. It's people's favorite item on the Taco Bell menu sometimes. I'll say this since I'm talking to other people here, not just myself, not just to Kathleen. Let me know your favorite Taco Bell item. Just specifically Taco Bell, that's what I'm interested in. But anyways, they didn't have enough supplies to meet the demand, so they ran out. So they had to say temporarily, it's temporarily removed from the menu. And people, I think public raised enough hell to demand for this item to come back that they brought it back, and they said that they announced, Taco Bell announced that it will be a permanent item now. So during the months where where Kathleen and I were depraved of the Mexican pizza, we figured out how to make our own, and we looked at recipes, Googled recipes for it, and we would go and get all the supplies for it, and then we made it ourselves. And that takes a little bit more time to do, but you get this sense of accomplishment, the sense that you made something yourself, and you can be proud of that. And it's a simple thing, just cooking for yourself is a very simple exercise, but it's a great exercise because of what it does for your mind, the sense of accomplishment. So Kathleen made the spaghetti today. I had the Golden Grain thin spaghetti noodles. The sauce, it wasn't authentic Italian homemade gravy. It came from a jar. It was Bertolli marinara sauce. Just regular, marinara sauce. You can buy it at any store, probably. Bertolli. And one day we're going to research enough recipes, and we're going to make our own authentic Italian gravy sometimes. So I'm excited to talk about that in the future whenever we get that going. And by the way, gravy, that's what they call it. I think that's what Italians call it. Or I know for sure people on the East Coast call the marinara sauce or the spaghetti sauce, they call it gravy. So, you know, when I first heard that, I was kind of confused as to, they're talking about, like, did you make the gravy? They're talking about, I listened to this podcast called the Broad Street Breakdown, and all the guys on the podcast are Italians, and I learned it from them, and they're based over in Philadelphia, which is the East Coast, and they got into talking about the differences between, you know, sauce and gravy. I mean, like the different names that people call it, right? Different people call it depending on where you're from, and also the Italian people or any type of people that make their own sauce, their own gravy, they take pride in that. You know, it's a sense of accomplishment, like I was saying before. So someday we're gonna make our own gravy. Someday we're gonna figure it out. There is a phrase on this jar of spaghetti. The phrase is, bring Tuscany to your table. And that's what we did this morning, this late morning, early afternoon. We brought Tuscany to our table. And that was delicious spaghetti. I loved it. It was very meaty. Oh yeah, the meat. Other ingredient for our spaghetti this morning was Johnsonville Italian sausage, hot, all natural. That's the exact meat we used. Johnsonville, they're known for Johnsonville. We have the meat, right? And it was perfect. It was good. It was a simple meal. You boil the noodles, right? And on the other burner, you have the pan with the sauce in it, okay? And you cook the meat first, right? Okay.
Yep.
You cook the meat first, and then you pour the sauce over the meat, right? In the same saucepan. And then you let the sauce boil, get to a boil, and then you can drain the noodles after you've cooked the noodles. You can drain those, and then you can pour the sauce into the noodles and mix it around. But I like to put the noodles on the plate. Like when you're getting ready to serve the spaghetti, I like to put the noodles on the plate and then put the meat on top of that. The meat and the sauce. That, to me, it's like meatier or something. Like, I don't know. I've tried both ways, and it just seems meatier that way. I don't know. What did you think? Did you like it?
Yeah, I like it. I prefer it that way too.
So I don't know. I don't know what else to talk about. It's a live stream. Didn't have much planned other than to tell you about our spaghetti. And you know, has anyone tuned in yet? No one's tuned in. Shit! So none of the 70. I have 70 subscribers. I don't know how many of you 70 are real, but I got 70. I think the most I ever had was 72, and that was like 2 years ago. You know, when I got up to like 72, and only because I was being consistent. And this time that I called, you guys, you YouTube junkies out there, if you're a YouTube fanatic like me, a YouTube junkie, I am addicted to YouTube, all things YouTube. And there's a guy named Black Bigelow. He's changed his name several times. When I found him, his name was Black Bigot, and I saw that name, and automatically I had to click on it because that's a great name, Black Bigot, right? And you know, if you don't know about it, I'm sure if you're a YouTube junkie, you know about him, but I'll talk about him anyways. He's a guy that travels from state to state. He travels all over the United States in a van, and he has, I guess he lives in the van. He has a trailer now. I think maybe a year or two ago he picked up a trailer, which sometimes he'll live stream from that. But he'll live stream. He'll make videos. He's super funny. He's a cool dude. He's a nice guy too, because he has a phone number that he lists on his YouTube channel that you can call in. And I've called in a couple of times, and that's when I picked up the most subscribers in the quickest amount of time, was when I called into his show. So there's like little things like that I guess you can do to grow your YouTube channel. And I haven't really done a lot of those things. Just, full disclosure here. I have 70 subscribers because I haven't done all those things. But I picked up like around 30 subscribers when I called that guy's channel. So that was pretty cool. So if I did more stuff like that, I'd probably grow the audience, right? But that's that. And I feel pretty rude just being the only one talking here. Kathleen, is there anything you would like to add? Anything you would like to talk about?
Just that it's really beautiful outside right
Yes,
now.
it is. We got some nice clouds.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah, looks like it might rain again. We got some rain here in California.
What's that over there?
I don't know what that is. It just looks like dirt covered up.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's a beautiful day. We're just cruising around through the countryside. And that's what we do. We like to just live a simple life. Just drive around, Why make things complex? Why complicate your life, I might be complicating my life by doing this live stream, but, I enjoy talking. I enjoy just talking and just expressing myself. And when I don't express myself, I start to feel, physically ill. I start to feel like I'm not doing anything, So, my talking is my way to exercise the demons, so to speak. So I can exercise the demons and then maybe provide some type of entertainment for you guys. Hopefully you guys watching, maybe talk you through, lead you by the hand off of the ledge, maybe fill in some background noise. Sometimes I'll throw on YouTube just to fill the quiet space. Podcasts. I've listened to thousands of podcasts, thousands of YouTube videos, and I find all of it valuable, all of it, no matter how weird it is, or there's guys and gals with actual shows, like produced shows, and then there's just regular people that are just talking to the camera like what I'm doing now, right? Nothing really planned out, just kind of a way to get your thoughts out and get them recorded and send that out to the world so that people can just consume it, But what is something that you would like to talk about, Kathleen? Because
I love these trees.
yeah, those are nice. Those are pecan trees.
Maybe you could tell everybody who's on here, which is
Anybody
you and
watching?
me.
No one's
Not yet.
No one's viewing?
Nope. But when
That's
someone
okay.
does view it, maybe you could tell them where we are. Do we want to share
Our
a little
location?
bit about
We
this
are,
environment?
well, I don't know what this is. This might be considered McFarland, California.
Like the movie?
Yeah, McFarland, USA, which I won't watch because it has Kevin Costner. I'm sure it's a perfectly fine movie. It's probably a good movie. It's produced by Disney, which means it's probably great quality. It's probably really well made. But this is a significant place that I've driven to. These pecan orchards that you're seeing here, I used to get pecans from these orchards. because I worked in a place right down the street over here, and I worked at this place storing cotton. Cotton warehouse. And we would drive over here in the little golf cart, pick up we pick up pecans off the ground from the orchard. And I had like tons of pecans for years in the back seat of my car. And the significant thing about this place is that this is where I started doing podcasts. This is where I started recording myself and putting it on the internet, like really making an effort to be consistent at doing that. And I think I had done little videos here and there, but it wasn't until I worked out here at this place, and we're out here in the country, and the place didn't have too many employees at it. It wasn't really a strict. It wasn't a constraining place. I mean, like nobody was going to care if I was going to record myself out here and make a video, as long as I was getting my work done, and I was being safe, which I was always getting my work done, and I was always safe. And I never tested the limits of the clamp lift. I never tried to tip it over. I never surfed the clamp. I never stood on top of it as it was moving fast. I never ghost rode the clamp lift into bells that almost killed another human being. I never did those kind of things.
What does ghost road mean?
Ghost, well, I'm probably saying it wrong. Like going as fast as you can, then jumping out of the forklift and rolling.
Okay.
Like an action movie.
Kind of like we did with the shopping carts when we were teenagers.
Yeah. When Kathleen and I were teenagers, we were big fans of the CKY videos, and we could talk about that because that's kind of interesting. That's a little bit of our history, our past. When we were in high school, I got into skateboarding, and between the year, I don't remember exactly the year, but it was I remember what grade I was in high school because of the pictures. Like, because my sophomore pictures, I had the chubby face still, and then my junior year high school pictures, you could see I was slimmed down. Like, I had lost all that baby fat, all that weight.
It was sexy. He looked like Johnny Depp or Gavin Rossdale or...
Wow, that's nice. Thank you. Those guys are hunks. But the reason that I lost all that weight was between my sophomore year and the summer of, like, the end of the sophomore year, that summer, I went skateboarding with my good friend Dustin. He was like my best friend. We hung out every day. It felt like every day skateboarding for that summer. So the junior year, when I went to school to take the pictures, you could see the difference. So that's how I remember when it was. And we were really into skateboarding, and we were really into watching skate videos. We would watch Toy Machines, Welcome to Hell. What else? There was like so many of them. But there was a series of videos called CKY, and there's also the band CKY, which was Bam Margera's brother was in the band CKY. And Bam Margera I believe that he had a company called Landspeed, if I'm not mistaken.
I think that sounds right.
They made wheels and stuff, right? And I remember Bam at one point was signed to Toy Machine. And I had his signature skateboard. It was the 1090 skateboard that showed like the different measurements of mullets. Like the 1090, 10% in the front, 90% in the back. And they had like the 70-30, they had all the different measurements of mullets. In a cartoon, like in the Toy Machine, like Ed Templeton's cartoon drawing style on the bottom of the skateboard is the graphics. And And so, you know, in these videos, they would do pranks, and they would also get shopping carts and push each other into curbs and into bushes and all this shit. And I had Kathleen do that with me because I was an idiot, you know, and I wanted to, you know, get that adrenaline. I wanted to copy those guys, you know. It felt fun to just kind of like fly through the air, you know, just maybe for the sake of that. But also, I've always enjoyed making Kathleen laugh. Still to this day, I enjoy making her laugh. It's one of my favorite things to do. So, what else were we talking about?
We were talking about your work.
Oh yeah, working at that place. Yeah. Oh, there were, you know, there's a lot of things I could share about that place. There was that place felt like I was living in a Stephen King story, and it was kind of a scary place in a way. And I made up a horror story. I wrote a whole horror story based on that place. We won't get into that right now. But there was a bunch of cats over there. I loved the cats. I loved seeing like all the new cats that would show up. And there was this one cat that I nicknamed Zombie Cat because it showed up once. You know, it would show up and it would have spider webs all over it, and it looked like the cat looked like it was wearing a costume for Halloween or something. And it was all like rugged and messed up and dirty. And part of its back leg, you could see the bone, like it had been attacked or something. It had been attacked by another animal. And its back leg, the bone of its back leg was visible. I was for sure that cat was going to die. I was kind of sad that we were going to lose that cat. And it kept on living, and it healed up and everything. And you know, I named it Zombie Cat because it was just like the cat looked like a living dead. It kept coming back. You know, it could survive everything. I'm talking like 6 years ago. I worked at this place. That cat's probably still alive, still dirty, covered in spider webs. The living dead still would be a cat that George Romero would be proud of. So yeah, that's the story of the cat. Anything that you would like to add?
It looks like someone might have joined us.
Oh. Hello, whoever's watching. Thank you for joining us. This is a vlog, a live stream, scroll sessions. I used to do like a fully produced show. I never really live streamed. I did a couple live streams with it. But at that time, I didn't have a good internet connection, so they weren't that great. And there were different rules back then with YouTube. But I used to do like a fully produced show. It would be pre-recorded though, so I was able to edit, put stuff in there, you know. But it was mainly like a news show, variety show, just talking, just spilling my brain out, you know, spilling my thoughts out, spilling other substances that are liquefied and able to be spilt, things that drip, things that leak, things that, you know, you spill the beans sometimes, you spill the tea. Nowadays, I've heard people say this. Now, this bothers me, though. I don't know about you guys, like, are there certain phrases that just bug you, that people say just because of the sound of the word? The sound of the words. Maybe even in the way they use it. But sometimes I think it's just the word, the sound of the words bug me. Spill the tea? I don't like that. I don't like the word tea.
And all the pregnancy references, like preggers.
Oh, I hate that.
That's awful.
Yeah, that's like, you know, people use the word cringe a lot. There's got to be a new word created. We got to create a new word for that. But it's cringe, right? The word tea is cringe. I don't like a drink that's named after one letter of the alphabet. I don't accept that. I like coffee. You know what I mean? Coffee has 2 syllables. It's simple. It's easy. It's easy to make. It's easy to drink. The other thing is it's too much for tea. It's just cringe, you know. And how do you even make tea? It's a mystery to me. And then, you know, like, we're gonna spill the tea on this. Like, we're gonna divulge like sensitive information or something, right? Spill the tea. That's like spilling the beans. I don't like that either. But spilling the beans is much more acceptable to say than spilling the tea. Ugh! Douche. It gives me douche chills. It gives me cringe. And
Douche chills?
yeah, douche chills. It makes sets my teeth on edge. I think that might be a biblical reference. I don't know. We should talk about the Bible more, because there's a lot of people turning to religion these days. These are tough times we're living in. You know, tough, scary times. Times like this. And by the way, you may think that things are going back to normal. They're not. You should be in fear. You should be turning to a deity to ask for help, to ask for forgiveness. What deity that is, I don't know. That's up to you. That's your choice. I'm not going to tell you what deity to turn to. But it's probably always good to have one in your back pocket, or to have one up your sleeve, or to have one waiting in the wings, because these are tough times. But you know, I'm just being silly, right? I think it's all in your head. The tough times. Ah, shit. This is not a through road. I don't know where we're going. Subject to flooding. They're building a new bridge over here. It's for the high-speed railway here in California. And I think I'm gonna drive up here to see what all this is, because this is interesting. I've never been down here before.
I like all those trees.
Yeah, that's nice. I think this is the creek right here, right?
Probably.
So we got a lot of construction that's been going on for many, many, many years now. Road ends 500 feet. Look at that sign. So we're going to turn around here. Yeah, this is a fun place. This area is just a nice place if you want to just drive out in the country. If you like doing that, there's plenty of country around. Plenty of open, I would say blue sky, but it's a little overcast today. You got like expanse of fields. It's just nice, you know, it's just a nice open place. Nice place where there's not a lot of people. You could go and think. So I highly recommend, if you're able to, go take a drive. Just an aimless drive. I mean, don't get lost. We wouldn't want you to do that. But you know, you get to see, go out and see the fall colors. For some reason last year we didn't really do this, or I don't remember doing it.
Maybe more in the mountains last year.
Yeah. But this year we've really been just going out, driving around, and seeing all of the leaves, the changing of the leaves, and just the way the air feels. The air feels a little cleaner, I guess. I don't know if it is cleaner. It's just an illusion, but it feels cleaner. And it's nice to experience changes. Don't stay inside all day. That's one thing, like, because we could get used to just staying inside all day.
And watching Homeland.
Watching Homeland. That's another thing we could talk about. So, I've been rewatching Homeland, starring Claire Danes, and I'm trying to remember Saul. There's a character named Saul Behrens. Manny Patinkin, something like that, some weird name, who I think he was a singer before he got into acting, which is interesting. Another guy like that was Ruben Blades. think that's how you say his name. The guy from Fear the Walking Dead, Daniel. He was another guy that started out as a singer, became an actor. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, we're rewatching Homeland. It's about these CIA operatives, and I think the history. In the intro, you have the voice of Claire Danes' character, Carrie Mathison. It's got like little clips of her talking, and her history is that 9/11 happened on her watch. She was working at the CIA when 9/11 happened, and her and Saul Berenson were working there, and they feel in a way they feel responsible for it, and so the driving force of those characters is that they can never let another 9/11 happen, so they're fighting terrorism. And this show came out in 2011, so we're only 10 years removed from 9/11 at this point, right? When the show came out. So it was a big deal. It was the 10-year anniversary of 9/11. So this show, so far in the seasons that we're at, mainly deals with terrorism, like with Islamic terrorists. And so she's hunting them down. She's turning assets. She's a spy. She's doing all this stuff. And there's a character who is a United States Marine named Nicholas Brody. That's this other character. And we should probably, if somebody's watching this and they're interested in Homeland, we probably shouldn't spoil it for them.
We shouldn't. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so we won't get too far into that, the nature of that. But yeah, that's a show that we're watching.
It is worth watching. It's so good.
Yeah, what is it that you like about the show?
I love anything investigative, and it's intense. I really love Claire Danes' character. I respect her so much more as an actress after watching this show. I've always loved her, but
yeah.
He's also lovable, and I really like their connection.
It's does it say?
38 minutes.
Okay, so they might have broke
for a moment, but we're back. So you were saying that we look like who?
It's not really true, but I like to think that my beard looks as cool as Saul Berenson's in Homeland. Now, I look exactly like him, and then Kathleen looks exactly like Claire Danes.
Oh, thank you.
That's not true.
I know it's not true.
Kathleen looks better than her. Claire Danes.
And you look better than Saul.
And younger, yeah. So it's not really true. I mean, like the hair is kind of the same. He has dark hair, and Claire Danes has blonde hair. Yeah, but other than that, there's not really too many similarities. What else has Claire Danes been in that you like?
I was gonna say, unless my chin quivers when I cry, then there might be some similarities. You might have to, next time I cry, pay close attention to my chin and see if it has any similar features to Claire Danes' famous cry.
Yeah, the multiple dimples that show up.
Yeah, she's had that signature cry, I feel like, since we were kids. Anything I've seen her in, she has that beautiful cry. It's the same as Brad Pitt. He has a signature cry.
Oh yeah.
And I appreciate when actors have signature cries. I don't know why, but
great vulnerability to show your cry face. Daryl from The Walking Dead, I think that people have made fun of his cry a lot.
They made fun of his cry?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, I don't like making fun of people's cry. I'm not sure what mine looks like. It probably looks terrible too.
My face gets all blotchy and scary.
Yeah. I guess that's how you would prove that you are a good actor. You have a character like the drill sergeant in Full Metal Jacket. Instead of "let me see your war face," he's saying, let me see your cry face! Let me see your cry face! Bullshit, I don't believe you. I didn't know they stacked piles of shit that high. Arlie Ermey from Full Metal Jacket. Have you ever seen Full Metal Jacket?
I have, yes, a long time ago. In a galaxy far, far away.
When you watched it, were you aware that Stanley Kubrick directed it?
Yes.
You were already aware of that?
Yeah.
That's cool. See, I watched it when I was a kid as well, but I wasn't really aware. I wasn't aware that it was Kubrick. And when I got into Kubrick later on, when I got into film, you know, and I got into directors and things, and I was like, oh, that's cool that was Kubrick that did that. That's
I
amazing.
didn't watch it when I was a kid, though.
Well, that's cool. How many minutes have we been going? We're trying to...
41.
41 minutes. Well, I hope that it's been worth it. Is anyone else watching right now?
No.
Whoever was watching, thank you for watching. And whoever sees this in the future, if I'm able to upload this to YouTube, thank you for watching. I hope that I provided some type of value to you, some type of relief from this world. And I would like to do that. Just turn the camera on and start talking, and just going off on whatever's in my mind. And I don't know, just the thought that maybe it helps somebody, that makes me feel good. And that's what matters to me. We're out here in this beautiful expanse, this wasteland of agriculture. It's not, I guess, technically it's not a wasteland because they got trees growing and shit. But it's just all of these endless fields of agriculture out here. What is this? Would this be considered Wasco now?
I
This
think
is Wasco,
so.
huh?
Yeah, this is Wasco.
So we're out here in beautiful Wasco, California. That reminds me of this other YouTuber named named Ralph Smart. He has a channel called Infinite Waters, and he says breathing in that good ass prana, baby. We're out here, and we haven't even had breakfast yet. Can I get a hello there? I love that guy, and he says that's the genius thing. I got to come up with a fucking catchphrase that I can say every time that I do a video. You know, then people will be able to imitate me and say it over and over again. But we are out here in the country. Look at that beautiful expanse of just dirt clods and sky. It's a nice experience, and I'm grateful for this place and to have grown up in this place. I used to think that it was so boring, you know, and I would just withdraw. Like I would go further within myself as an introvert, and hide from the world. But in that hermitage, in that introversion, I learned how to make music. I learned how to. I would write songs. I would play instruments. I would make beats. I would do all that stuff. So some of that alone time is good. This place kind of fostered that because there wasn't too much to get into out here. So a place like this kind of can shape an artist in a way, or a writer or something. I've noticed, like, a lot of people come from small towns or whatever, and then they move to the big city to make it. But we're just here. We are just in the moment. And I hope that you are as well. And I hope that you have enjoyed your time here today. And I hope that you have a great day and a great night and perfect restful sleep. Goodbye for now. Thanks for watching.